Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do the challenge deal critical hits to enemies. I think I made a video about this before where I've recommended you use 4-leaf clover. I'm not sure if they've broken that perk or not, but there's a couple more that I'm going to recommend that seems to be more effective than the 4-leaf clover. So either that one's already working or it is working and it's just not as frequent as I'd like. But there's two more that I kind of am playing around with. Just get into here if I can. So the one I saw tested today is Psychopath. What this one does, I forgot. Let me get back there. So this one deals any kill in VATS has a 5% chance to refill critical meter with a 1 level, 1 star, 10% with a 2 star, and a 15% with a 3 star. So I've been testing this, and it's actually been going pretty quickly. Surprisingly, I didn't think I'd get too many, but it hasn't been too bad. So I can definitely recommend this, and we'll see in a sec. It's gone off at least 2 or 3 times, which is kind of cool. And then the second one is Critical Savvy. Let's see if I can actually view this one. It's actually shared with my other character. Oh, let me go back there. I can't actually share it, but or at least doesn't look like I can expect it. But this one says critical hits now only consume 55% of your critical meter. I think it's less than that with 2 star and a 1 star, and this has been pretty effective. So basically, what this means is it'll only, even if you get a critical hit, it will only go down 45%, and you'll be left with 55% every single time. So whereas the 4-leaf clover will refill, I think same thing. You got a chance of refilling your critical meter, similar to Psychopath. So those are the two that I'm using now, and it's been pretty effective. I've gone through 15 critical hits pretty quick without spending too much time on this challenge, which I don't particularly like. Right, so let's go ahead and let me demonstrate for you those two and why I think you should be using them. So you can see my critical hit is 0 there at the moment. Let me just actually show you what else I have an action. I won't show you, but I have action goal as well, which helps me get up my AP a little bit quicker as well. I'll show you that in a sec. Yeah. Okay, there you saw Psychopath just went off, and now I actually have a full critical meter. And there you go. So now if I went through another VAT, you'll notice now my critical meter is actually sitting at 55%. It hasn't actually emptied, and it'll allow me to get another critical hit fairly quickly. So before I do, two other tips is don't become over encumbered while you're trying to do this challenge. As soon as you become over encumbered, you're going to lose your AP, of course. And of course, let me just show you quickly what else I have here. I have Action Go, which allows me to, I've got a 2 star in this case, so it lets me regenerate AP 30% faster. If you go to 3 star, then you can go up to 45%. Okay, so I only have a 2 star. So I've been going through this challenge pretty quickly. It's a very tedious challenge. I generally hate doing this one. But with these two, and I didn't actually use it with my other 3 characters, unfortunately. I just started messing around with it today. I was trying to get these other 2. I was hoping to get the green leaf clover and the other critical hit one on this character, but I didn't have that available on this character. It's only at level 32. And then I saw Psychopath, and I started playing around with that, and I'm actually quite impressed how many times it's already gone off, and it's only 15%. So I've actually already got 50 critical hits, and I probably haven't spent more than maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most getting up there. So even at the 51, the 50 critical hits challenge, which we normally get, which is really tedious. If we think 25 is bad, you know, that 51 is a pain in the ass. So if you've got a friend, or if you can have enough points to get both those cards, I would definitely get them. And if you really got enough points, which is very unlikely, I think, to run 3 cards like that, but sometimes a lot of people have a lot of luck. Then you can get 4-leaf clover as well, but I'd probably leave that last on your list. And normally I come down here to Camden Park just because there's a whole bunch of different various enemies. But yeah, just pick an area that has lots of enemies. Generally, if you can handle higher level, because then you can get quite a few hits on each one before you kill them. Like even level 14, yeah, for this character, which I'm probably not doing a lot of damage, I can get at least 2-3 hits on each one, and that just allows me to get through this pretty quick. Yeah, let's see, I think there's one more in this area. Yeah, there is. And there's 3 enemies in this area for those not familiar with Camden Park. And if we head over here to this area, there's a whole bunch of different enemies, and there's normally some red roaches, but not all the time. 22. So you saw how I've gone quickly from when I started the video. I've already gone up quite a few critical hits, and it's been little effort. I think I've... Oh. I would normally so hop at this location since I've only got 2 more. I could probably just go to... Let's just head up to your 2 brothers and... except I don't... I can go up here. I should be able to get a couple more hits at either the Nuka-Cola plant or the brothers and sons, which I don't have it unlocked yet, but it isn't too far away. I could go to. Okay, there's a bunch of ghouls outside. I typically don't go into this nuclear plant. I don't like going inside. So there's a whole bunch on the outside here, down at the bottom. Okay, there's only 3 or 4 down here. So there you go, just one more and we should be done. And then I'll show you the cards again, just quickly for your information. And then there's a bunch of them up here, typically, if they haven't been killed. Oh, there's Psycho going off again. So I now have another, and there we go. Another critical hit by Psychopath. So very quickly, so if you can definitely get one or the other, I'll definitely go with the card that gives you the 55% VATs. That would be probably my primary one. So let me just quickly show you those 2 cards again. So I would go with the Critical Savvy if you only can afford 1 card or get 1 card, or maybe a combination of this one and Psychopath. If you can get both, get Psychopath as your second one, and if you really got enough room, or you got a friend on your team, or a couple of friends, maybe you each can go with one or the other, and then get 4-Leaf Clover as your number 3 card if you want to get through that challenge pretty quick. So just with Psycho and Critical Savvy, I blew through this challenge, I would think in 20 minutes or less, which is definitely quite quick. I would think it's definitely taking me a lot quicker than it has in the past. So those would be the ones I would recommend to get through that challenge. So it's not so tedious. It's really a horrible challenge, and I think a lot of people probably don't bother because you kind of want to start at the beginning of the week and do the challenge slowly, and if you remember, and you kind of just I think my audio might have broken up there. So yeah, the 50 critical hits is really tedious. The 25 isn't terrible, but it's still tedious. And you know, I would definitely get one or the other in terms of those 2 cards. And just in case you guys didn't hear me when I was speaking earlier on, let me just quickly go back there. I was saying, you know, if I had a preference, I would go with the Critical Savvy as my number 1 card. I would go with Psychopath as number 2 if you can afford 1 or 2 or a combination of both. And then if you have some friends or someone else on your team, get 4-Leaf Clover. So, but if you only can afford 1, just get the Critical Savvy up to level 3. That'll be useful. And if you can get both, I would get Psycho and as Critical Savvy, or if a friend has one and you has the other, then I would get one or the other to do that one. So there you go. I hope you found that useful. If you did, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. I do appreciate it. Thanks very much.